video. This video is going to be a study role play, but before I get into it, I would love to share with you the sponsor of today's video, AG1. Since moving to London from LA, I've been getting sick a lot more frequently than I'm used to, as my body's adjusting to the new environment. AG1 has become a staple in my morning routine, as it's an easy and quick way to support my immunity. AG1 nutritional drink makes it simple to give your body the nutrition that it needs. I really care about my health, so I'm someone who has gathered a cabinet full of vitamins and supplements, but in reality I never take them frequently enough because I actually hate swallowing pills. I mix 1 scoop of AG1 with water and it replaces my multivitamins, multi-minerals, pre- and probiotics, immunity support, and more, making it a really quick all-in-one way to take care of my nutritional needs. It tastes nice, like vanilla, and it's so much easier for me to commit to taking AG1 rather than keeping track of multiple supplements. If you would like to try AG1 to support your health journey, please click my link to get a 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D3K2 and 5 travel packs for free with your first purchase. Thank you so much to AG1 for partnering with me and supporting the ASMR community. I wish you all very good health. Hey, you made it. Good. Oh no, it's no problem at all. Actually, I'm so glad you decided to ask for help because I made all these study cards last year when I took the exam, and yeah, I was just gonna throw these out actually, so I'm glad I did it. Yeah. Now it means a lot to me to be able to help you out. It's totally fine, don't worry. Yeah, I took the exam last year and I did really well, so if you have any questions, just please don't hesitate to ask me. So we're going to cover task 1, 2, and 3 tonight, and then next time we will go over 4, 5, and 6. That should be enough. There should be enough time. So let's start with 1. So I think the best way to go about this is that I'm going to just read you all of the definitions and then the answers that you need to memorize. And that way you just sort of get a summarized overview. But what I need you to do is, whenever there is one that you really didn't know, because you should know all of this, it's what you've been studying all semester, but if there's anything you just need me to explain to you, I want you to just take a note of which one it was, and then we will go over them together. And then later I will just give these to you. You can keep them. Yeah, it's no problem. Cool. Now I'm really proud of you for asking for help. It's totally cool. Honestly, I'm gonna be graduating this year, so I'll kind of miss things like this, so yeah. Okay. Okay. Philosophy and critical thinking, task 1. Common sense and conspiracy. This is just the title card to keep track of which chapter we're in. Ready? Yeah, if you don't mind whispering, my little brother's sleeping right now, so yeah. But you can stay as late as you want. you hear it and it sounds absolutely foreign, then definitely write that one down, okay? Okay, great. No, you're gonna do fine, don't worry. I'll help you. We have 1 week. Classical logic. Aimed at understanding how we achieve knowledge and attempt to express this understanding. So, thinking in concepts, and also make sure you remember for this one that Aristotle is the founder. That was classical logic. Concept. A representation of something in our mind. You can also think of it as knowledge categories. We connect a label to a concept that reminds us how we can direct our attention to a particular feature of concept. Concept applies to many cases. Label. A word or an image. Labels may become detached from a representation, just a cue without actual concept. Labels can become automated solutions. One can manipulate labels without needing to care about specific contents. Concept in this one is generalizations versus abstractness. So, concept generalization, applicability to a multitude of individual cases. It's useful and based on abstractness. And concept abstractness, we only understand things in a particular way. It's a limitation. History, Xenophonus and Popper. We have no certain knowledge. We can acquire uncertain knowledge. This knowledge approaches the truth. Oh, you want me to read that again? We have no certain knowledge. We can acquire uncertain knowledge. This knowledge approaches the truth. Yeah. Just write that one down and we'll go over it. Yeah. So if that was history, next we will go over today. Attitudes in a non-critical society. A magical attitude towards language. A protective attitude towards current category systems. Positive attitudes towards the past. And negative attitude towards present and future. Okay. Next is conspiracy theories in the category of structure. So I want you to think of this in 5 steps. Who is doing what, with what, to whom, and for what purpose? The structure of conspiracy theories. Who is doing what, with what, to whom, for what purpose? Good. And conspiracy theories, by definition, powerful people and organizations, secretly, mostly at the expense of common good. For it to be a conspiracy theory, there has to be insufficient evidence. Next is some of the causes of conspiracy theories. Adaptive conspiracism, media, evolutionary advantage, so survival, us versus them mentality. Conspiracy cascades, so the role of information, reputation, availability, emotions, crippled epistemologies, and the Ramsey theory. So the Ramsey theory, are you with me? Given enough elements in a set or structure, some particular interesting pattern among them is guaranteed to emerge. And some of the predispositions to conspiracy theories: having a conspiracy mindset, low self-esteem, low level of education, low income, paranoid, anxious, or negative attitudes towards authority. Some of the negative effects of conspiracy theories. Violence reduces sense of autonomy. People take less action or feel powerless, and heightens paranoia. Some of the positive effects of conspiracy theories: questions dominance, opens discussions, reveals real conspiracies, and gives a sense of community. Okay, so these are my critical thinking. Task 1, cards, common sense, and conspiracy. I think what I'll do is I will move on to task 2 and then 3, and then we'll come back around to each chapter and we'll go through them more slowly. How are you holding up? Do you need anything to drink? I have a bunch of different tea. I think it's too late to offer you a coffee because you just shouldn't have caffeine so late in the night. Okay, so shall we continue then? Philosophy, critical thinking, task 2, argument mapping and complex arguments. This is a bigger stack, so let's get through these. Stay focused, okay? Do your best. Okay, argument mapping functions. Represent a structure of an argument graphically, not sequential. Facilitate exchange of arguments in group discussions. Micro level. Textual analysis. Studying tests that offer reasons or premises for conclusion. Look for indicators that show relationships between statements. Macro level. the main claim or contention, or the idea that somebody's claim is true or wanted to be supported. Arguments, premises, pro. Statements or reasons claimed to provide support for the conclusion. Arguments, premises, contra. Objections and statements, reasons, or evidence against the claim. Single arguments. Argument consists of a contention which is justified using a single premise, which means a composite argument is a multiple argument with more than one reason. Yeah. And a convergence argument is an argument where two premises support the conclusion separately or independently. Chain of reasoning. Contention can be a praise for conclusion at a higher level. Co-premises. When several premises together form a source of evidence for a conclusion. Dependent premises. Does not support the contention independently from the other premise. Another term for co-premises. Counter-arguments. Two arguments that counter each other. Dispute. A claim to which several reasons and objections are linked. If-then constructions. Must always be represented as single claims in arguments. Always form a dependent co-premise. Provide argument with a warrant. So, a justification why a particular premise supports a particular claim. Minor premise. Points at an implicit assumption needed to justify the conclusion. Okay, now we're getting into the fundamental rules. So, the golden rule. Each single argument consists of two or more co-premises. Our fundamental rules, this is number 2, the rabbit rule. Each significant term that is part of the conclusion should also be part of one of the premises. Should also be part of one of the premises. This ensures connection between the premise and contention. So it's called the rabbit rule because a rabbit cannot be pulled out of a magician's hat. It can only be produced if placed there beforehand. So next in the fundamental rules is holding hands. If a term forms part of one of the premises but not of the contention, it should also form part of the other premise. So it ensures that a co-premise has a connection with another co-premise. Argument decision. The process of deciding whether a passage contains an argument. Look for indicator words, inferential relationship between the statements, typical kinds of non-arguments. Some conclusion indicator words are so, therefore, hence, accordingly, thus, it follows that, demonstrates that, for this reason. Some indicator words of premises: because, since, for, as, firstly, follows from, for the reason that. Explicit inferential claim is asserted by premise of conclusion indicator words. So that makes an implicit inferential claim to mean there are no indicator words. Okay. Next we have non-arguments. Non-arguments are unproblematic passages that lack a claim that anything is being proved. No reason or premise to support the conclusion. Great job. So we've made it through argument mapping and complex arguments. Alright, so the final chapter, the final task that we will study today. Philosophy, critical thinking, task 3. Fallacies and evolution of information. A fallacy: deficit in argument consisting of something other than false premises alone. Mistakes in reasoning or creation of an illusion that makes a bad argument look good. A formal fallacy is identified by examining form or structure of an argument. An informal fallacy is identified by examining the content. Fallacies of relevance. Arguments in which they occur have premises that are logically irrelevant to the conclusion. Fallacies of relevance. Appeal to force. Threatens someone to accept conclusions. So next, under the umbrella of fallacies of relevance, is appeal to pity. Attempt to support a conclusion by evoking pity from the reader or listener. Fallacies of relevance appeal to the people. The use of desires to get the reader or listener to accept a conclusion. So that could be something like to the people, direct approach. Addressing a large group of people, excite emotions of a crowd to win acceptance for conclusion. So basically to evoke mob mentality. Appeal to the people, indirect approach. To aim appeal to one or more individuals by focusing on some aspect of their relationship with the crowd. For example, bandwagon argument. You'll be left behind if you don't support this conclusion. Or appeal to vanity. So associate conclusion with someone who is admired, so you will also accept it. Okay, also in fallacies of relevance is appeal against the person. Response to an argument is directed at the person itself, not the argument. So to place the other person in a bad light. Fallacies of weak induction. The connection between premises and conclusion is not strong enough. Evidence is not good enough to cause a reasonable person to believe the conclusion. Okay, and we got through all 3 tasks. Alright, so let's take a little break here, and then I'll have a look at your, at what you've written down, and then we'll go over all of those more thoroughly. Yeah, let's just go have a little snack. I'll make you some tea as well. Yeah. You're doing really great, and I think you're gonna ace this test, so don't